Good morning, Scituate. It's Monday, September 8th. I'm Freya Schlegel from the Scituate Select Board, along with Town Administrator Jim Boudreau and Peter Gates from the school committee. I'll turn it over to Jim and Peter in a few minutes, but there's a few things I want to pass along first. First, there are several government meetings this week. The select board meets on Tuesday at 6:30 at the town hall. We'll be discussing a possible mural in the harbor with the cultural Scituate Harbor Cultural District. Will also celebrate two members of the Scituate Fire Department who have served our town for 30 years. On Wednesday at 4 p.m., Waterways will meet at the library. And you can always go to the town website, www.scituatema.gov, to look at the calendar and see all the meetings and times. Also, this Saturday, the Scituate Beach Commission's next beach cleanup event will happen at 10 a.m. to noon. Swing by to help our community stay clean. You don't need to bring anything. The commission will provide bags, grabbers, and snacks. Again, this is Saturday from 10 a.m. to noon at the Sandhills Beach. And with that, I'll turn it over to our town administrator, Jim Boudreau. Good morning,
Thank
Jim.
thank you. Good morning, Frank. Good morning, everybody. Happy September. Just a reminder, our students are back in school, so we ask you to use a little extra caution when you're driving around town. They'll be walking, biking to school, waiting at the bus stops. So again, please use a little extra caution now that our students are back in school. We'll start with our water update. Tac factory ponds at -3. Last week we were at -5. The reservoirs at -20. That's down slightly from last week's -19. Rainfall of the past week was 0.02 measured at the plant. That's measured Saturday to Saturday, so it doesn't include the rainfall we got Saturday night into Sunday. Average daily demand was 1.516 million gallons a day, down very slightly from last week's 1.556 million gallons a day. The work is still being done on the iron and manganese contactors. The good news is the circuit boards arrived last week, so they'll be installed this week to get those iron and manganese contactors back up and working. We will send up a notice when those are back on. However, after Labor Day, we tend to stop doing our water updates. So this is the last usage update we'll get as we start to get into a lesser usage season. So we'll continue those next year at Memorial Day. But in the meantime, we will send out an update about the contactors when they are back online. Scituate Fire Department will be having their annual September 11th Remembrance at Station 1 this Thursday at 149 First Parish Road. Starts at 9:45 in the morning and refreshments will be served immediately afterwards. We want to remind people to use caution now when they're using the Scituate beaches. They are no longer staffed with our lifeguards. However, after Labor Day, you no longer need a sticker to park at our beaches. So if you want to enjoy our beaches, you don't need a sticker, but we ask you to please use caution. The Mass Department of Public Health has announced that mosquito samples have tested positive in Scituate for West Nile virus. The mosquito samples have tested positive in Norwell for Eastern equine encephalitis. More information on all West Nile virus and equine encephalitis positive results can be found on the arbovirus surveillance information page under the mask.gov. Also, if you wish to have spraying done, Plymouth County Mosquito Control accepts requests for adult mosquito control from residents. They can be reached at 781-585-5450 or plymouthmosquito.org. For complete information, again, go to mass.gov under the Mass Department of Public Health. Friends of the Scituate Library are announcing their fall book sale, 50% off all fiction hardcover books starting at $1.50. The sale runs from Friday, September 5th to Saturday, September 13th, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Saturday from 10 to 2 in the lower level of the Scituate Library. For our DPW update, with the start of fall, the DPW will begin fall hydrant flushing starting today. They're starting at the Maple Street tank and then moving down Old Oak and Bucket Road to the Rotary. They'll then go back and flush side streets off Maple Street and Old Oak and Bucket Road. Flushing will start after the school bus runs are complete, so they won't interfere with the school buses. Residents in those areas should expect interruption of their water service for a little bit and may experience discolored water. If you do that, just run outside your water tap until the water runs clean. We are still working on the Old Forge neighborhood, replacing those water mains. That work will continue till late in the fall. And our sewer infrastructure project, the contractor is continuing to perform cured in-place pipelining on sections of the sewer system. This is a trenchless rehabilitation method used to repair aging sewer pipes without the need for digging. The process restores structural integrity, seals cracks and leaks, and extends the life of the source system while minimizing disruption to residents, roadways, and the environment. During scheduled work, residents in the affected areas may notice temporary traffic detours, construction equipment in the roadway, and occasional sewer odors. Residents may be notified and asked to limit or stop their water service when the crew is working on the road. Residents are also advised to leave their toilet seats down, as activity from the equipment in the street can cause back pressure and splashing in the toilet bowl. This week, they'll be on Hazel Ave, Wheeler Park Drive, and Beaver Dam Road. If you have any questions, you can call the sewer department. The Dana-Farber mammography van will be in town Thursday, September 18th, in conjunction with the Scituate Board of Health from 7 a.m. to 3:15 p.m. The van will be parked at St. Luke's Episcopal Church, 465 First Parish Road, which is across from the town hall on the corner of 3A and First Parish Road. If you're a woman aged 40 or older and would like to schedule an appointment, please contact the mammography van office at 617-632-1974. Pre-registration is required. The mammography van offers digital screenings, 3D mammography. Professional staff provides easy access to vital screening. The entire process is an average of 20 minutes. We want to thank Reverend Natasha Stewart at St. Luke's Episcopal Church for hosting the mammography van. This is a convenient and outstanding service. It's a valid license, so please, if you need a mammography, call the number and schedule with the mammography van, and they'll come down to Scituate for you. Scituate Food Pantry, most needed items: canned beets, canned ham, artificial sweeteners, pickles and olives, relish, canned sardines, canned salmon, canned clams, herbal and black teas, and canned sloppy joes. Their need continues to rise, and they are grateful for all the help that the residents give them. Items can be dropped off at the food pantry during normal operating hours. And the bins behind the old Gates School, the Scituate Library, Village Market, or Shaw's also collect for the food pantry. That is what I have for today. I hope everybody has a good day, and we'll see you tomorrow at the Select Board meeting.
Thank you, Jim. And now I'll turn it over to our school liaison, Peter Gates.
Thank you, Freya. Welcome back to everyone. This is the first 5-day week in the school systems. So welcome students and staff. This is back to reality, I guess, after summer vacation and shortened first 2 weeks of school. As Jim mentioned, please be on the lookout for buses, also walkers and bikers as you navigate your way around town in the morning and around school closing time. Short and sweet update this week. Big news here at the high school. Back to school night will take place Thursday, September 11th from 6 to 8 p.m. This is a chance for parents and caregivers to meet teachers and hear firsthand what will be taught in each of their students' classrooms. Next week, we'll be back to school for the elementary schools on Wednesday, September 17th, and Thursday at the Gates School on Thursday, September 18th. At the high school, school sports are well underway with football, field hockey, cross country, boys golf, girls volleyball, and soccer underway. You can follow their schedules on the Arbiter app or follow Scituate Athletics on Twitter, otherwise known as X, at Scit Athletics. That's SCIT Athletics. They give a great update each day on the games that are taking place and their locations. A couple of shout outs so far this year to our high school teams. Our girls field hockey team is off to a 2-0 start. And the football team, who now has a 14-game winning streak after beating Westerly, Rhode Island Friday night at home in front of a packed crowd. Just a repeat of what we'll probably be saying each week. Parents and caregivers should have also received an invitation to download a new app to receive timely information from their schools. The app is called Parent Square. Within the app, you can designate your communication preferences to ensure that you don't miss important messages coming from your children's schools. Our next school committee meeting will be held on Monday, September 8th, which is tonight at 6 p.m. in the Scituate High School Library. The meeting will also be available via Zoom and will be recorded and shared via SCTV's YouTube account afterwards. As always, please reach out to the Scituate School Committee at schoolcommittee@scit.org at any time with questions, comments, or curiosities. Public comment is typically the first item on our school committee agendas. If you wish to speak publicly to the committee on a topic, please come early at 6 o'clock and you'll be first to have your opportunity to make a comment. That's all for this week. Thanks and have a great week.
Thank you, Peter. And remember to check out the town website for this week's meetings and how to attend. I hope everyone has a great week.